Welcome back to Go Next. So far, we've explored most parts of speech in detail, from nouns and verbs to adjectives. You've built a strong foundation. But you might be wondering, why focus on adverbs now? Think of it this way: nouns name the what, and verbs show the action. Adverbs answer the crucial questions in between: how, when, where, and to what extent. They are the detail-oriented words that bring clarity and color to your sentences, making your English more precise and natural. Ready to unlock this next level of detail? Let's go next. Before we dive in, let's take a moment to look at the foundation of our language, the 8 parts of speech. These are the core categories that every single word in English belongs to. We have nouns, which give names to everything around us. Adjectives, which describe those nouns. Interjections that express emotion. Pronouns that stand in for nouns. Prepositions that show relationships. Verbs that bring our sentences to life with action. Conjunctions that connect our ideas. And finally, we have the last one on our list, the versatile words that often modify those very actions, adverbs. And that is exactly what we will be exploring in today's lesson. An adverb is a word that modifies, or describes, a verb. Adjective. Another adverb. It provides crucial details to answer questions about the action or description. What do adverbs describe? These questions are answered by an adverb. How? Manner. She sang beautifully. When? Time. I will call you later. Where? Place. The children played outside. How often? Frequency. He always drinks coffee. Why? Purpose. She studies hard to succeed. Let's take our sentence: Leo climbed the tree. I want you to think like a detective. How can we describe this action in more detail? Look at these questions about the climb. How did he climb? Think of his style or method. When did this happen? Think of the timing. Why did he climb? Think of his reason. How often does he do this? Think of frequency. Where exactly did he climb? Think of direction or position. To what degree did he climb? Think of completeness. Can you think of one word for each question that would give us more detail about Leo's climb? For example, quickly, yesterday, curiously, often, up, almost. What words come to your mind? Let's explore adverbs with our base sentence: Leo climbed the tree. The main action, the verb, is climbed. Now, let's see how adverbs define this action. First, how did Leo climb? He did it clumsily. Leo climbed the tree clumsily. This adverb describes his manner. Next, when did he climb? It happened suddenly. Leo suddenly climbed the tree. This tells us the time. Now, why did he climb? He did it defensively. Leo climbed the tree defensively. This shows the purpose. What about how often? Does he always do this? Leo always climbs the tree. This shows frequency. And where did he climb? He climbed up. Leo climbed up the tree. This is an adverb of place. Finally, to what degree? Did he almost climb it? Leo almost climbed the tree. This modifies the extent of the action. See? Adverbs add details about how, when, why, how often, where, and to what degree, bringing sentences to life. Earlier, we explored how adverbs define the action in Leo climbed the tree. Each question we asked corresponds to a specific type of adverb. Let's look at the main categories. Adverb of manner. How did it happen? As we saw with clumsily or quickly. Examples: slowly, carefully, fast. Adverb of time. When did it happen? As we saw with suddenly or yesterday. Examples: now, later, soon. Adverb of frequency. How often does it happen? As we saw with always or often. Examples: often, rarely, weekly. Adverb of place. Where did it happen? as we saw with up or there. Examples, here, there, down. Adverb of degree. To what extent did it happen? As we saw with almost. Examples, very, almost, barely. Adverb of purpose. Why did it happen? As we saw with defensively. Examples, therefore, hence, so. Understanding these types helps us precisely choose the right adverb to express exactly what we. Now that we know the different types of adverbs, the next important question is, where do we put them in a sentence? The placement can change the rhythm of your sentence and sometimes even its meaning. Next, we will learn about the placement of adverbs. We'll explore the three main rules, the most common use, modifying a verb. How they can also modify an adjective or another adverb. And finally, the exceptions and special cases that make English so interesting. Let's place these words correctly. Adverb placement is flexible. You can often put them in three places. 1. At the front. Suddenly, Leo climbed the tree. This creates emphasis and drama. 2. In the middle. Leo suddenly climbed the tree. This is the most common and natural placement. 3. At the end. Leo climbed the tree suddenly. This is still correct but used less often. Your choice depends on what you want to emphasize. Front for drama, middle for flow, end for a concluding detail. Now, let's see how adverbs modify adjectives or other adverbs. The rule for this is very specific. The adverb is placed directly before the word it is modifying. For example, to modify the adjective tall, we place the adverb incredibly before it, the incredibly tall tree. We would not say, the tall incredibly tree. The same rule applies when modifying another adverb. In the phrase, she sings quite beautifully, the adverb quite modifies the adverb beautifully. Another example is, the car moved too slowly, where too modifies the adverb slowly. This fixed placement is key to creating clear and correct sentences. These are common exceptions to standard adverb placement. Frequency adverbs, always, never, often standard rule, placed before the main verb. Leo always climbs that tree. Exception, with the verb to be, the adverb comes after. Leo is always curious. Adverbs of degree, very, really, quite these have a fixed placement before the adjective or adverb they modify. He ran really fast. It was very tall. Next, we will learn the order of adverbs in a sentence. Sometimes we have more than one adverb to define a verb, adjective, or adverb. Here is a general rule to avoid mistakes. Adverbs often follow this sequence: manner, place, frequency, time, and then purpose. For example, I run quickly down the road every morning before school because I might miss the bus. Remember, this order is flexible. To emphasize when something happens, you can place a time adverb at the beginning. Compare, we are going to the park tomorrow, with tomorrow, we are going to the park. Let's look at forming common adverbs from adjectives. The basic rule is simple: you often add ly to the adjective. However, spelling changes frequently apply depending on the adjective's ending. For most adjectives, just add ly, like quick to quickly, slow to slowly, or brave to bravely. When an adjective ends with full, like beautiful or careful, you still add ly to form beautifully and carefully. If an adjective ends with ic, such as tragic or basic, you add ally, forming tragically and basically. For adjectives ending in a consonant followed by y, like busy or hungry, change the y to I and add ly, giving you busily and hungrily. Finally, for adjectives ending in lu, like comfortable or gentle, replace the lu with ly to form comfortably and gently. Some adverbs are the same as the adjectives in form. My friend is a fast runner. My friend runs fast. Aaliyah lives in the next flat. What comes next? Almar is a hard worker. Almar works hard. He came from the back door. Go back. He is always a late arrival. He arrived late for the meeting. This is my daily routine. I exercise daily. She is a good singer. She sings well. We've explored their different types, learned the standard order for placing them in a sentence, and mastered the rules for forming them from adjectives. Mastering adverbs is essential for anyone, from students to professionals, who wants to communicate with greater clarity and impact. Thank you for watching. We hope this guide serves you well. To continue your learning journey with us, make sure to subscribe. Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below, and we look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Until then, keep learning and growing.